welcome to the first episode of the 2 News Oklahoma Cold Case podcast. We are launching the series to tie in with our on-air specials that anchor reporter Sharon Phillips is doing weekly on 2 News Oklahoma at 10. And we just think with true crime, with cold cases, it's so important to get so many more ears and eyes and just get more information out there. So that was part of why we wanted to incorporate a podcast into this series. Sharon, talk to me about starting this series, because this was a passion project for you.
Yeah.
And you've been really digging into these cases.
You know, it really was a passion project for me. And I love dealing with crime stories. I love talking with victims. And I am married to a Tulsa police officer. And so that makes it a little bit more impactful, I think, for me. And with these cold cases, when they were presented to me to do this series, I really wanted to make a difference. And I feel like with these stories, we have the power as our medium to make a difference and shine a light on these cases that are, you know, a dozen, maybe more years old. And so anything that we can do to help bring these families some justice, I think that's our responsibility as the media to do. And so I'm really excited to do this.
I think it'll be great. I think that when these cases first start, and Sharon and I aren't going to age ourselves, but we've both been doing this for a while and we've known each other almost the whole time. But we are so used to covering the cases as they happen and then with the arrest and with court. And when that doesn't happen, sometimes it feels like those can slip through.
Yes.
So I think it's so great that this is something that we're doing now on 2 News and adding this podcast element, because I'm a podcast nerd. There's true crime podcasts everywhere, and that's just another way to try to get this information out there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our first case. It was Rebekah Barrett. Her story actually aired this previous week on 2 News Oklahoma at 10. So Sharon, talk to me about her. Tell me who Rebekah was.
So Rebekah was 18 years old. She was a student at Collinsville High School and just was loving life, loving being with her friends, had a boyfriend. They were kind of on and off. They had a little bit of a tumultuous relationship. And this kind of all started around prom. She was upset.
Prom is always dramatic.
It is always dramatic.
It's never not.
So true. She wanted her boyfriend to ask her to prom, like every girl does. And for whatever reason, he didn't want to take her to prom. And so she ended up going out with some friends. And do you want me to go in through the whole story?
Let's actually stop that for a second, because I was so invested in what you were saying. I forgot. We actually do have some sound from Rebekah's mom.
Yes.
You spent a lot of time talking to her family, and let me share that with us right now. Stand by.
They just said, your daughter didn't make it. And initially, you don't really believe it. You just go on. You're just kind of numb.
So talk to me about what it was like to sit with her family and to hear them. This was 95, so that was, almost 30 years later.
Yeah. It was so powerful because when you're speaking to these victims' families, it's still so fresh in their mind, even though it's, 30 years later. And this was their family member. This was their loved one. And being a mother myself, I completely connected with Mary Lovelace, Rebekah's mom. And, she just talked about getting that phone call and, racing down to the hospital and seeing her daughter there and not being able to do anything. And Rebekah had a 4-month-old baby at the time named Brooklyn. And so her mother just kind of talked to her and said, don't worry about Brooklyn. We're going to take care of her. And
you actually talked to Brooklyn, and this was part that just broke my heart when I was reading your script and watching the story. Talk about what she said about this and how it impacted her life. I mean, since she was 4 months old, I can't even.
Yeah, this was a really unique interview with Brooklyn because, like you said, she was 4 months old, and so she didn't know her mother. And when I went down to sit down and talk with her, she was like, I didn't really know my mom, but she looks like her. She sounds like her. Of course, she has a lot of her mother's traits in her.
Which I'm sure family members tell her, and that has to be so bittersweet.
Yeah, it is because, of course she wants to know her mother, but all she has is like her photographs and all these stories that family members tell her about her. So it's very bittersweet.
Okay, let's get into what happened. Tell us what you got from investigators, kind of give us the lowdown on Rebekah and the night that she died, and then we'll get into how we can maybe help find some justice for the family.
Okay. So it was April 23rd, 1995. It was around 2 o'clock in the morning, and officers with the Collinsville Police Department get a call. It came in as an auto pedestrian hit and run. And so the responding officer goes to the area, and this is, if people know where Collinsville is, it's kind of down Main Street, and then you take a right. It's down a road down that way. It's kind of just south of Union Street. Off of 19th. So if you live in Collinsville. But when he arrived, he saw a group of people gathered around Rebekah. She was lying in the street, and he checked her, and she still had a pulse, but her breathing was, very labored. And so he ran to his car. He got his first aid kit. He got a blanket. He started giving her first aid. EMS arrived. They took her to Hillcrest Hospital, where she was pronounced dead on arrival. And one thing the officer noted, which I thought was so important in his report, was that her clothes weren't torn. They didn't have any rips or tears, but there was like a small abrasion on her chin.
Which is police and EMS talk for bruise.
Yes. Thank you for that.
I'm going to be the one that brings it back to
Right.
the people who aren't in the police reports, and you were reading them and that kind of thing, but I know not everyone out there is.
Yes. And so anyway, kind of what had happened that night, or what they concluded up to that point, was that Rebekah was upset with her boyfriend because he didn't ask her to prom. So she goes out with some friends. And at one point they talk, and he's like, I'm going to come meet you. And she says, no, I'm with my friends. And so she leaves with her friends. And all of a sudden he pulls up behind them in his truck. He yells at her to get out and get in his truck. And her friends were completely against this.
Yes.
But Rebekah does it anyway. So she gets in the truck, and then the next thing we know, she's found lying in the middle of the road. And they just did not have enough evidence to put any charges against her boyfriend. And when we talked to the family, they talked about, Rebekah would sometimes come home with bruises, and but being a teenager, she didn't want to talk about it.
Well, and so many women, men, people in domestic situations, they don't want to talk about it. There's a stigma attached to it, and then that's part of how the cycle just keeps going, which is so horrible.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, so basically, this is just, the family has a strong idea of what happened and who did this, but they don't have any proof, and investigators don't have
Investigators
a lot to go
don't
on.
have anything.
Yeah. And so, they ended up raising Brooklyn, and the mom, Mary Lovelace, raised Brooklyn along with some other family members. And
one thing I do want, because you and I talked about this after the fact, the boyfriend in question was not Brooklyn's father.
right.
I think that's good to make clear to people listening, just because we wondered about that after the fact.
Yes. So, or actually, no. He was Brooklyn's father.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
He initially
I
tried to get.
misunderstood that conversation.
Yes, so sorry about that. He initially tried to get custody, but I think that he didn't show up for a court date or
Got
something.
it.
And
That's
so,
where, I'm sorry, guys. That's where I got mixed up.
Yeah, no worries. And so, in fact, they were able to keep Brooklyn because of that, and which was a huge blessing for the family.
I'm sure it was. So that's kind of where police still stand. They found Rebekah that night. No sign that she'd actually been hit by a car. She was just found in the road, and the family has theories and the police have theories, but they don't have the evidence they need. So that is part of why we featured Rebekah as our first case, and why we're really hoping that you guys out there listening will go to our Facebook pages, the 2 News Oklahoma Facebook page, the Sharon Phillips, her Facebook page. We'll share all the links. We have some great photos of Rebekah. There's a photo of Rebekah in Brooklyn from when she was little that's so heartbreaking to look at now. But, anyone could have been in Collinsville that night. I mean, it was 30 years ago, but everyone can think back. Or you could have heard someone talking about it like years down the road, like stories travel. But one thing that's just so important is remembering how much this justice can mean to the family. Here's Mary talking about that.
Like every parent we want justice. And that would be an arrest to the person that we believe committed this crime. And it's just really difficult to try to get that when there's no witnesses.
It's just heartbreaking.
It is. And that's the hardest part, is knowing that the family is waiting. So we're going to share all of these on our socials, and they're going to air. Our next case will actually air the next Thursday or tonight, depending on when you're listening to this podcast.
Right.
Every Thursday on 2 News Oklahoma at 10. Then they'll be on our website. They'll be on our streaming apps, every kind of avenue for you to share it. We just really want to help get these victims out there. We don't want the victims to be forgotten. We want their stories told. We want their families to get help. So thank you for listening, and make sure to stay tuned for our next cold case.